No, I don't think we should start doing that at all.
You don't want to do that?
No.
Why?
Did you hit the button again?
No.
Problem
Son of
with
a
getting him started is getting him stopped again.
No, he hit the freaking streaming button. Hey! Welcome to week 2 of the WUD Podcast. We successfully managed to not get cancelled in week 1, which for those of you that actually know us personally, that's a hell of an endeavor we just took care of there. So, how you guys doing this week?
Doing pretty well. Appreciate everybody that liked, followed, and subscribed. Gave us some good feedback. Hopefully we've got the audio quality issues addressed a little bit. It's going to be continuing to improve each week until basically we're either the number one podcast in all of your all hearts or canceled and gone and forgotten.
Well, no, fair. There's only 4 of them, so.
That's
Well, no. We got 13 followers. on
Hi,
Twitch
Mom.
now.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah.
There's no way my parents will follow this because they still partially know how to use Messenger, so I'm letting the team down.
Send them the link in Messenger.
That's too much for me.
Yeah,
I'm not a technology guy either. I was not able to take care of the sound. There was Nathan. Matt went out and bought a nice little editing suite and some really cool microphones. So, yeah, we watched it back. The sound last week was just bollocks. It was pretty rough.
Guy got fired.
Guy got fired.
That guy's fired.
Yeah, see you, Jamie.
It's bad enough that people can't understand most of what you're saying, but at least we ought to give them the opportunity to hear it.
Hey, look, Pearson 937.
Was that a dig at my accent again?
Absolutely.
All right, fair enough. I get it.
Do you know who that one is right there? Pearson 937?
Of course I know who that is, man. It's
It's
Mike
Mike.
the man. Well, what's up, buddy?
Hey,
Haven't,
baby doll.
we need to hook up sometime, man. Maybe go for a beer or something. That'd be fun.
Yeah, we have a bar. See?
Oh, it sounds great this week. We've just
Yes. I actually did a good job for once.
Well, that means the
Son of a
audio
bitch.
sounds great. It doesn't mean we're any better. We can still
Oh,
do
no,
shit.
we look better this week than we did last week.
well, I noticed
Way
you-
better.
Well, we do. I noticed you're the only one not wearing stripes, pussy.
That's because I don't need the stripes to look thinner, dick.
We're not wearing the stripes the right way to look thinner.
Yeah, no.
I
We're gonna cross it. Here.
It makes you look more like one of those 3D vector things when you make them on the screen.
I had somebody tell me that I looked fat on last week's show, but I informed them that the camera puts on 10 pounds, and we indeed have 12 cameras here. So that's 120 pounds. I am normal sized.
I don't mind the people saying that I look fat on camera. It's all the people that tell me I look fat in person. It's just mean.
Such is life, man. C'est la vie, as the French say.
Also, honest.
Yeah.
We're getting already jabs there. Look at that.
If you don't like being called fat, maybe diet and exercise. Otherwise, just embrace it. Live your best life.
I don't care if people
Wake
call
your
me
knee,
fat.
dominate, man.
That's what I'm
exactly
talking
what
about.
it is. That's what this is about. It's not about getting up there and having yachts. And I mean, yachts would be nice. I'm not going to lie, unless you're an oligarch. See your yacht. Thanks, United Nations. Anyways, no, you don't have to have yachts or planes or anything else, man. You could literally have a shitty cell phone and a mediocre job, and you can still dominate your life.
Wait,
that was really self-reflective.
we weren't going to talk about jobs, remember?
I'm not talking. Well, I have multiple jobs. I'm an entrepreneur and Clemson alum.
Entrepreneur.
Yes, French word.
It sounds fancier than it is.
Are you
Like
going for
entre-
the old
it's like-
version of entrepreneur?
The old version?
Yeah.
No, I should though, because I think it might mean like super awesome person.
And I think you're making that up.
I absolutely made that up, but there are other words that have new meanings, as it were. You know, and I know that you've got the old words that had meanings then that mean different things now. Obviously, there's a couple we ain't gonna touch, but
Correct.
this podcast is awful. I'm just putting that out there right now.
It's awful.
Awful. I know a lot of people would feel the same way. This, if you look up the old version of awful, it came from the word awesome, awe, which is when you say there's, as somebody pointed it to me, if you say there's an awful lot of something, that doesn't mean there's a terrible, there you go.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean there's a terrible lot of something. It means that there's an awful lot. Comes to the word awesome. So I'm sure there's several other words that have different meanings. or just things that people don't say anymore.
So just out of curious, prior to the claim, did you validate and verify any of that, or is it,
That one?
or are we just like, hey, it's got the word all, it's got the word full. I bet that's what it used to mean.
I just want to see how the fact checker over here does his job. Now, realistically,
Fact checker. Oh no, that's not me. Facebook's banned me a few times over this.
yeah, dude, I don't have it anymore. I'll put it back up, but no, because I don't have Facebook, I've just been kind of sitting in between looking up copious amounts of pornography, just looking at random shit on Google.
Like just an awful amount.
An awful amount.
Awful amount.
Yeah, and that obviously, if you're talking about my porn search history, that is awful, and not in the old timey sense at all.
I looked up the wrong thing.
What did you look at?
I got old words for new meanings.
No, just look
Like
just,
child son is Baron.
no, bro. That's,
Bjorn is
stop,
man.
Stop. You're saying Bairn. That's still used in Scotland. It's your bairns, your kids, or your wains.
Do you guys have cable in Scotland?
Huh?
Do you have cable in Scotland?
Yeah. We use it to smack our wains and our bairns. Oh, my kids.
Those
are
are
so
called
unhappy.
switches here.
No, but so wains is one. It comes from like it's old Scottish like weans, and then bairns is the same thing. They looked at it.
Did you say weenuses?
Wains.
Wayne, I thought you said weenus. Because
Yeah,
weenus isn't weenus is an actual thing.
What is?
Yeah, and it's a very good insult.
Is it really?
Yeah, I like it.
It's actually the skin on your elbow. is your
Oh,
weenus.
my brain took me in a totally different
Yeah.
direction. That's your weenus?
That's your weenus. So I believe that's the technical term for it.
Damn,
Medical
I gotta
term.
look something else up.
Medical
Good
term.
night.
What's this part here?
Yeah, I also did zero research before I just said that like it was fact. So
Is that a fact?
We're just making shit up today,
in my
guys.
world, up to this point, until Matt disproves it, it is.
Well, because I could say you have a very large weenus, man.
I indeed.
Good
All
for
right.
you.
Very
know,
proud of
I'm
my
gonna look
weenus.
that one up,
I take a lot of
How we
lot of
spell it?
pride.
How we spell it?
Weenus? Go with.
Oh, just like penis. With a
No.
W.
I don't know if that's.
That's what it says.
It,
It's a slang word for the excess or loose skin at the joint of one's elbow.
so it's not medical.
Slang.
You'd make a shit doctor.
I absolutely would.
What I know there's a name for this part of your top lip.
It's your nose.
No, dude. Like the little like, creasy, liney thing in here. There's an actual word for that.
Oh, I don't know how to
I
look
don't
that
know what
one
it is, but
up.
it's something really silly.
Bags.
That's the under part of your eyes.
Still trying to get cancelled. Huh? There we go.
You got bags under your eyes.
Under my nose.
Cupid's bow.
Sometimes there's bags under my nose.
Cupid's
Wait a minute
bow.
now.
There, she's got it
That
right
means
there.
something
Cupid's
really
bow.
good.
Back.
Wait, am I being
Okay,
asked to look
personally.
something up now?
Cupid's bow? I think she's probably telling us what it is we were just talking about.
Facial feature where the double curve of a human upper lip is said to resemble the bow of Cupid,
Those are very
the
attractive.
Roman god of erotic love. Maybe that's why mine's so pronounced.
Erotic love? I thought Cupid was a little thing that shot a dart in your arse, but I guess it's.
So
actually
Cupid's bow
shoots
is the
up-
upper
Dart
lip.
in your ass.
Erotic.
That's an old saying to you.
See,
You
way
don't
too
hear
much
anymore.
porn.
Stiff upper lip.
Look, and she likes Baron
Yeah,
too.
That's a
Baron
very
too.
bloody
This is-
thing. My grandfather, he was in the Second World War, and he was very stiff upper lip.
Stiff upper lip.
Oh,
So he had a very taut Cupid's bow.
taut. Yeah.
Taut.
He had,
Taut.
dude, he had some stories, man. I tell you what, that man had some stories. He was in Burma during the Second World War, and his convoy got attacked, and he just figured since everybody else was dead, he was next, and apparently he just lit up a cigarette and just started throwing grenades over his shoulders and everything else, and just throwing them in every direction until everybody else left, and he was okay. He resigned himself to death, and that was it. I'm like, good for you. Which reminds me, dude, I was watching this.
I was gonna say you should never resign yourself to death if you have that amount of grenades. Apparently, like if you can just willy nilly throw grenades everywhere, maybe don't give up. So
Well, he was
easy.
in a convoy truck.
Yeah,
Full of
maybe.
grenades. But I've been watching this thing on Netflix, and it's about Medal of Honor recipients.
What's it called?
I can't bloody remember, man. I'll find out for you. But it's
Excellent
actual
reference.
stories of people who got it, and some people are still alive that were awarded it. Good God, the things these people
Fucked up stuff.
It's, I mean, the way they explain it, because I always thought Medal of Honor, really brave guy.
Yeah.
But in America, that's almost like you guys' version of a knighthood. You know what I mean? Like the way they're describing it. And but yeah, some people sort of went through some fucked up stuff.
Yeah.
And just again, most of them were the same way. There was two things. Number one, they were so bloody close to their unit and the people they were with.
Yeah.
That's it right there.
Yeah, it's actually called Medal of Honor on Netflix.
The other commonality just seems to be they had utterly resigned themselves to death.
They did a good job of naming that. Excellent job, Netflix.
Makes it what makes it easy to find? What's that show about the Medal of Honor? Type it in. Bam, it's up.
You know what, man? Good.
Maybe
Good
we need
for
to
them.
get them to name our podcasts for
It's like they took the page out of Marvel's book. It's like, what's that movie about the Avengers?
Oh, that's right.
Our podcast is a not making any money podcast. Thanks, Netflix.
Yeah. Do better, Netflix.
But yeah, there's some awesome stories in it, man. It blew me away. That just like I said, the things. And there was one guy. His name was Vito Bertinelli.
What?
His name was Vito Bertinelli.
Oh, Veto.
Podcast disclaimer, get ready for a little bit of truth and then a bunch of stuff that we may have misunderstood.
No.
Yeah, if you're good at fact checking, well, no, you don't have to.
watched
Just
this
put it
last-
on Facebook and
I
wait for them to
literally
do it.
watched this last night.
All of the facts from this podcast are going to be similar to what Tim retells on Home Improvement back in the day after talking to Wilson at the fence. That's how we do facts.
All right, so that might be fair, but I did watch that last night. So this guy called Vito Bertinelli, he was 4F the whole time. Like he tried getting in. 4F means that he was medically not allowed to go. He had like dreadful eyesight, and eventually enough people were wasted. They're like, all right, let's go to the 4F guys and see who we can pick to do what. So they picked him as a cook.
Yeah,
gets over and he's a cook, and eventually he just keeps submitting, hey, I want to transfer, and get transferred over to a combat unit. And I won't do explain any more than that because you really should bloody watch this show. And yeah, he's just an amazing human being. They all were, man. But that story kind of hit me close because he actually resigned himself to death, and he fought like a battalion of Germans himself just out in the open. Mm-hmm. Amazing. Anyways, man, thanks, Netflix.
Fighters, man.
Fighters. Yeah. Do you know what I didn't see? Didn't see any pilots. It was all ground. It was all ground fighters, and so there was no pilots in it.
Well, there's other awards and medals that go to some of them. I don't know though. Like, I wonder if the pilot ever did get the Medal of Honor.
I'm sure, man.
I'm looking that shit up right now.
Especially, so you guys know, obviously, because Matt didn't put much in his bio. Matt is former Air Force and former Special Ops.
Oh, the fuck I wasn't.
Special Ops was after the Air Force, though, man. He decided to try and arrange an uprising.
Oh, we're not supposed to talk about work here.
Not
remember?
talking about work, man.
The only uprising I tried to arrange was starting a union.
Moving on.
I just made that joke because it's not true.
That was uncomfortable for a second.
I know. That's why I like doing it. Fucking jerks.
Anyways.
Oh, here's
yeah,
one.
So there's
Here's one.
Medal of Honor recipients.
God, I just want to make a little side note here.
Oh.
I love it when I make comments and both of you get quiet because it makes me realize something. It makes me realize something.
So,
but it makes me feel good.
Air Force pilot earned the Medal of Honor.
Thank you. Dickhead.
I love seeing both of you just like tight-lipped.
Oh,
It would say nothing.
was this the guy in Laos?
Gerald Young, Air Force
no.
captain. He was not the first helicopter pilot to risk his life in combat, but he was the first of such men to receive the Medal of Honor in Vietnam.
Yeah, there was one more guy actually. I forgot about this. He was former Air Force, but had to go as civilian contractors so they could work inside Laos. So I know one guy.
During
Again,
Vietnam.
I'm wrong at that. So that's my bad. But I'll tell you something, man. Pilots do some crazy shit.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we work with pilots.
Those
Air
ones.
Force.
Those ones don't really.
Yeah, but they did some crazy shit in the past.
Some of them, yeah.
you guys
Well, some of
talked to
those
them.
pilots were badass.
Yeah,
Like some of those guys were.
a lot of them were like former
previous military.
Yeah, and
some of
they're
them
just
were.
riding out the rest of their career.
Those were the really fun ones. Some of them were just too tight-lipped.
the
Tell
young
you what,
ones.
one of my favorite things as far as pilots goes nowadays, have you seen the short takeoff and landing competitions?
Yes.
Dude.
The world record guy of Dude, it was like 2 feet, something like that.
Yeah,
it was
like
almost instantly.
some people are.
Now that
taking
thing's
off
made
with
out of
That's
balsa
a
wood
helicopter,
too.
man. Like, they
Yeah,
can
no.
take off and land really short.
No, fixed wing aircraft where they just give her the beans, rev it all the way up, and then it takes off in like 5 feet. Just
Yeah.
Give her the beans.
What is the
You're welcome for
STO
the
record?
the sound effects on that too.
I like
that.
I'll
Was
try
good.
to do less of that.
That was good. We should save that and make it like a little thing you can put on. Oh, wow. I'm about as special ops as Rory is a Clemson grad. I'm happy I was special ops, man. That's
hear you,
good.
man.
I didn't know I was that special.
Air Force. But talking about pilots, man.
Wait a minute. I get a lot of negativity from how you just said Air Force.
No, I'd say Chair Force.
Moving
So on the YouTube version of this, when it comes back out, God Save the Queen will be on in the background the entire time. God Save the Queen
London
the entire
Bridge back
time.
here. But no, I think it was you that said something to me about or
Pilot
to us
exchange.
when we were bullshitting about yeah, about
Pilot exchange. Let me pull it up. I was looking up the STOL record, but it said less than 9 feet. It was like 5
on
feet.
the airplane. That
No,
was
that's
like a
balsa wood
Hornet.
with a person that could sit
It
in
was
it.
a Hornet that glued wheels on.
Yeah, that one's a little. It's more impressive when they actually do it with
Sure wish you
an
guys could see
actual
what we're looking
aircraft
at.
and
It's
they're
good
taking
stuff,
it
man.
off.
Oh, well, yeah, that one's not a good one to look up. Let me look it up on here. Because I want to get because it's Red Bull that is I think they're sponsoring it. Let me find it the rest of the way and we'll actually look it up. But
And the pilot exchange you were telling us about?
yeah.
Red Bull sponsors some gnarly shit.
Yeah, this is the one where they better hope they have wings. If they don't
True
have wings.
pilots. Can you put that on the screen?
I don't want to mess with it. I mean, I
Okay.
can, but it's 2 pilots exchanging airplanes in midair at 14,000 feet. April 25th, Luke Aikens and Andy Farrington are going to jump out of their single-seater aircraft as they both plummet towards the earth.
Red Bull makes you fall.
What the fuck?
They're going to drink a bunch of Red Bull and think, we're good.
Dude, they're aware that just in front of where they're supposed to sit is 3 pieces of metal that are spinning at like 10,000 RPM, right?
Yeah, but if they go side to side, I mean, if you get them up and you keep them level, you should be fine. But what happens if they're doing that and one of them catches just a little bit more turbulence than the other?
Right.
You jump to go across there, or take the step, and
That's gnarly.
dude,
That's crazy.
yeah,
shit.
they're trading spots. I mean, the picture's just 2 Red Bull planes.
But I
flying.
do
That
want to
ain't
say
special.
that Austin Powers did achieve that first jump into a Jaguar.
Oh yeah, yeah, that should be a record. That's I think that's a world record.
Yeah.
Austin Powers in the
Just
Jaguar.
say, I hope this works better than the F1 Red Bull F1 team's cars did yesterday in the opening race. F1's opening race yesterday was Bahrain.
Bahrain.
Huh?
Yeah, it was season opener, new cars. I love F1, by the way.
If anybody doesn't know, F1 is actually car racing.
Indeed,
It is
auto racing.
legitimate the pinnacle of car racing.
But three mechanical issues, both the Red Bull cars and then one of the Alpha Tauris. So they only had one.
Hey everybody, we're back.
Hello again.
Apparently, Russia got mad at me and they hit me with something. Ooh, I hear myself from the distance. We're back. We're back.
We're streaming.
Good,
Woo.
man. Hope one of you 3 people didn't leave.
They
That
did.
was really
0
affecting-
viewers.
That would. Oh, what the fuck? Hey, we're back, and it doesn't matter because the only person watching right now is Russia.
No shit. Damn it, Vlad. I wasn't talking about you this time.
Hold on a second. Let me text the masses.
You do that. I'm going to put out the Facebook letting everybody know, hey, we're back. My God.
We're
Dude, that's one of
back.
those things where it's working perfect. Oh, my God. She's typing in Russian. This is the problem. This is the problem.
Who typed in Russian?
My wife. She doesn't understand. This is why things are messed up. She's learning Russian.
Wives. It's the craziest fucking thing.
Messed up, bro.
All right, so F1 apparently is a topic that we're not allowed to talk about.
We'll stay away.
Yeah,
Copy,
we spoke about some.
Wait,
stay away
no.
from F1.
I made a comment about Ford, and we got nailed. Or I got nailed.
I think you got nailed. Yeah, because
Mr.
just can't
Ford
get
does not
away.
approve of that.
we've talked about some sketchy shit in the past. the past hour and a half.
I say something about Ford and everything crashes.
There was something that finished. Oh, hey!
Our OBS crash is what it was. The OBS crashed.
The system crashed. It wasn't us.
She said, "You don't need to retweet."
Who retweeted? Oh, I didn't retweet.
You didn't retweet.
All right,
No,
we'll get on a safe subject here because I gotta ask. You guys are both parents. You're both dads.
I wear pants. Yes.
Did you say pants?
Parents.
Oh, that
You are too, if I
that
remember
Buffalo
right.
Trace.
I am,
Well.
and this is well, it's I have some bourbon whiskey. Yes, it's doesn't we don't need to give a name. If you want your name of your whiskey on our podcast, sponsor us. Other than that, it's just a glass of golden goodness.
I don't drink. Could you imagine? Hey, today we're drinking, and then I'm upside down right over there in front of the lamps.
You know, for the people looking to get really wasty faced, you'd be a good. You can be like him.
Well, you can only see about 4 inches of my face. Anyway. Anyways, yes, I'm a parent.
So it's my kids, my son in particular, is at that awkward age where it's pre-puberty, starting to come into his own and everything.
He's
So
36.
no. So we go out to lunch the other day, and it's me and him and my daughter because my wife's going with some friends. So we're over at another table.
Hold on one second. My brother just joined. Hey,
Bunch of wimps.
what's up, Willie? For anyone who wants to know, my brother, Scottish Will, 1503, does a lot of video gaming stuff on Twitch. On top of that, he's also a 30-year retired British military veteran who has most of our respect. But he has the worst fucking hairline you've ever seen. Carrying on, your son.
So
Damn.
we're sitting there at lunch, and it's just one of those moments where you expect certain things, how things are going to go. Like when I come here to do the podcast, there's certain things that I expect are going to go crazy. I'm going to hear some crazy shit, all of that. Sitting at lunch, eating with my 14-year-old daughter and my 11-year-old son, I'm not expecting to hear some, off the wall crazy sex joke. So we're talking and we're laughing, and my son's like, "I've got a joke." Okay, well, what's your joke? What's long and hard and has cum in the middle? What? Cucumber. Like, buddy, do you?
Oh God.
Like, buddy, do you know what that means? What is this, a cucumber? Somebody told me at work. Or at work. Somebody told me that at school. I'm like, okay, so you don't know what that means. Now, my 14-year-old, the other problem is my 14-year-old daughter clearly knows what it means because she's got a mortified look on her face.
So she doesn't egg him on.
No,
She's
just like, you can tell she's just immediately like, please let this stop. Please let this stop. Please let this stop. Because me being the guy, I'm like, well, we need to address this. I was like, Johnny, how do you spell cum? C-O-M-E. I pull up cucumber and I show him the word cucumber. I'm like, does it say that in the middle of it? No. Okay, so you're talking about a slang term for something else. Yeah, this is one of those things I wasn't expecting to get into that conversation with my kids.
I love you, and I love your family and everything else. Your son absolutely fucking know what he was talking about.
No way.
Absolutely knew what he was talking about.
I don't know. My boy.
Wait, how old was he? 11?
11.
Dude.
Yeah.
My boy the other day, 8 years old, comes home. We're watching TV upstairs or playing a game or something like that. And you know that thing with the girl going like, yeah, whatever. He starts doing that in front of the fucking TV. Me and the wife are sitting there like, yeah.
I hate that.
And we're like, what? he's mortified that we get on. I'm like, do you know what that is? He's like, no. I'm like, don't ever do that again.
And that's just it. It's like,
No.
he has no idea.
8.
Absolutely no idea. Your son, he knows exactly if it's long and hard and full of cum.
I don't
No.
know.
I'm telling
I
you,
give it to him. He doesn't
At
know.
11?
Maybe. I think I was older than 11 when I realized that
I was
stuff.
smoking weed when I was
partying
hard.
I was in a
hard, but I was definitely smoking weed.
I was like a junior in high school. I was the Cowardly Lion in a production of that we were doing. The suit that they rented was the lowest quality lion suit you've ever seen. It's basically somebody made it out of like a carpet or something that was left over. Like it's old. You remember the old brown Oldsmobiles?
Yeah.
Like it was like the interior that they've taken out and they've patchworked together for this suit.
That's one of my favorite colors of interior, by the way.
And
that brown.
all the other kids
So
are
weird, dude.
all the
You're
other
a
kids are
judge
running
of brown
around.
interior.
Hey, you look like a giant beaver. You look like a giant beaver. You don't look like a lion. You look like a beaver. I had no fucking clue what they were talking. I'm like, I do. I look like a giant beaver. I look like a giant beaver. So yeah. So I think I might go back to kind of the how the different how you bring different things along, difference in cultures.
There's some generational differences. Now the kids these days know pretty much everything.
I know
If
they
he
know a
doesn't have
lot.
a cell phone, and one of his friends with a cell phone has showed him a lot of stuff.
Oh, I'm
back
sure.
When I was 11, that was the year my mom stopped ordering a catalog because the bra and panties section was just too much for me to take, man. Just too much.
I mean, we had those too, though. It was like I don't remember if it was
Was it the Sears catalog you guys had or something?
I mean, we had a Sears catalog, but none of us are 83 like you are.
Here's how I know he didn't know what it meant. If he knew what it meant, he wouldn't have told that joke to his dad in the middle of Texas Roadhouse with his sister.
He was trying, or maybe he was trying to announce his manhood to his father.
Yeah, maybe he's trying to connect.
When I was
on an
11,
entirely
dude,
new level.
I was beating my dick like it owed me money. Like I was a horny little thing, man. You guys different.
Yeah. But Europeans are far more open than Americans are.
Maybe a little too open, apparently. Because
I've
I
seen
just
Eurotrip.
got dead air when I asked that question.
I've seen Eurotrip, and that proves to me. And I've been to Germany. Like when I was in Germany, I did 3 different TDYs to Germany. Dude, at like 1 o'clock in the morning, the channel that's showing Top Gear turns into hardcore porn. Like,
Right.
that's my country.
Well, they're both pistons moving.
I know. It's just, oh God, I'm gonna have to put up another.
Well,
another
maybe that
thing at
goes.
the
Maybe
bottom of
that
the
goes
screen.
again to why he doesn't know what it means. Because I would be disappointed if Top Gear went off and hardcore porn came on.
Not me. because it
I
was
can watch
perfect.
Top Gear. I can watch Top Gear for hours and hours and hours. Hardcore porn after 45 seconds or so, I'm done. Ready to move on.
We differ so much, man. Like, I get rid of Facebook, and I'll tell you right now, man, I need to go back to the store and get my moisturizer.
Dude, gross. Dude, when I was the thing about that over there is like you didn't know. I never knew what time that channels would change or what channels they were because there was like 3 or 4 channels that would change
Right.
at nighttime. I came home from the E Club, hammered drunk, lay down at the end of my bed, and I was watching TV loud. This was before 1, so I didn't close the bar out that night. I came back to the dorm, laid down, and I woke up at like 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning to some chick screaming while getting the drill. My window's open. And my TV is turned up really loud. And I'm like, dude, what the hell's happening?
Yeah,
I
the
wake
rest
up,
of the guys on base thought you were a fucking champ.
I was, yeah.
I just wish you played
Nah, they knew me.
I just wish you played different music, though.
But I know you don't like Stevie Ray Vaughan, but leave him out of this.
Anyways.
Europeans are far more like open about that.
See, that's
stuff,
the thing,
though.
man.
They're better.
Yeah.
They're
always-
better,
did you-
way
oh,
better.
You know, the one thing
Don't
that...
give him your trash.
Oh, just make sure it's not in camera.
Rude.
The one thing that I came over here and it was all the jokes about, like, you know, the Europeans being like stuck up and everything else, and it is literally like you're saying. It's the exact opposite, man. There's so many taboos over here that are not taboo back home.
Yeah. No, we're prudes.
100%,
Prudes.
and I'll tell you right now, a
Prudes.
lot of your women are prudes too.
Well, it comes
Because
from.
I've
Well,
tried
just because they
stuff
tell
and-
you no doesn't mean they're prudes.
Yeah.
So that
50
comes
no's
from
and
the,
one
the
yes
way
are
that the
still
country
yes.
was settled with the Puritans and the Quakers, where it's like, hey, God's on our side. We know what's right. We know what's wrong. You have to do what we say. This is our land now. It was a very interesting way that this nation was formed.
I just think
and the
it's-
echoes of that are still
I just think
here.
it's hilarious that
Yeah, they're
you know
sure.
the Puritans came over and got a turkey and decided to share syphilis.
Right?
Hey,
Thanks for the grub.
how did you win your award for the Carlton dance?
The Charlton Dance. Oh fuck! No, I'm not. Even
Is it Charlton or Carlton?
Charleston? Well, it's a Charleston
Charlton.
walk. It's the
Charlton,
dance.
The Carlton.
It was it was just a thing back home. My primary school, which I guess would be grade school here, turned. I think it was either 100 or 200 years old. it was either Centennial or Bicentennial, and they wanted to do a play to put it on there, and nobody wanted to be in the fucking play. So I'm like, I'll do it. And I ended up playing like 13 parts. I was a Punjabi dancer. I danced Charleston, which, by the way, I'm still very good at.
And in any of these parts, did you have to
I don't
dress
believe
up
it.
as a giant beaver?
Never once was I a giant beaver.
I'm telling you, I was
No.
the king of the forest that night.
The forest. It takes me a second sometimes.
I still don't get it.
He was a vagina.
Oh, no.
Talking about vaginas.
So are you going to do the Charleston Dance?
No, I'm not going to do
Charleston
that. This is
Why?
Green Street. It's not an actual bar.
No, it's not. This is a bar scene.
I would
These are
follow-
your people in that bar.
What do you mean, my people?
And what do you mean, you people?
I said my
I mean, my people. I fucked it up, all right?
people.
What do you got?
Anyways, so we're talking about large vaginas. So let's talk about the new Batman.
Oh. You just said you wanted to watch it, though.
I do, but here's the thing, man. I am really fucking hesitant because the last thing I seen Robert Pattinson, I seen him in Harry Potter. He was,
He was in Harry Potter.
he was a kid that got
Cedric.
killed.
Was it Cedric Diggory?
Cedric Dick. God, we're such-
Diggory with G's.
We're so-
Diggory, not Dickory.
What a bunch of old nerds. Yes, he was Cedric Diggory to get killed in the Goblet
Hey,
of Fire.
no, that's not. Okay, we're nerds. That is true.
That
But that's
is
a good movie.
100%
That's a
true.
good. I never watched.
But then he was in Twilight playing a fucking vampire, and he was bejeweled.
Yeah, Twilight's dumb.
I only seen
Oh,
it, but
she's saying spoiler. We can't give spoilers.
not giving spoilers.
If they
I
haven't
just-
watched Harry Potter yet, that's not a spoiler. That's a disgrace.
Yeah.
And now
it's-
Twilight, nobody should watch that because vampires don't fucking sparkle.
that's what I'm saying. And it's just a one thing I'm hesitant on is the fact that I've heard the movie's really good. I've heard the story's really good. I've heard the cinematography is really good.
For Twilight?
No, for the new Batman, but I just don't know if that guy's
So
going to
the-
pull me into it.
My question is Batman any good again? Because Batman just became such a
Pussy.
yeah.
Kind of became a pussy.
Yeah, the whole morally I can't kill anybody. I remember Michael Keaton.
Oh, he's awesome.
And the one with Danny DeVito and Michelle
Yeah,
Pfeiffer,
yeah.
Catwoman and Penguin,
God, she was
and
so
it
hot
starts
in
that
movie.
opening
That started
scene.
my spandex fascination, or I like her. Sorry.
Max Schreck's and the Penguins
Mhm.
he's talking. The Penguins guys are all there. He there's one part where the guy with the mustache, everything. I think he's been in everything else. Pretty sure it was in Pirates of the Caribbean. Basically the same part in every movie, but he's got like the bomb on his chest, and I can't remember exactly how it happens, but basically Michael Keaton looks down at the bomb that he's just armed and just shoves the guy down a stairwell, and then the stairwell goes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's Batman.
that's
That's a
Batman.
flawed hero. To me, that's a
Exactly.
flawed hero.
Dude, when Wonder Woman is bandaging you up and asking how your ribs feel, you're not Batman. You're fucking. It's ridiculous. Don't get me wrong.
Wonder Woman was Band-Aid and Batman?
Yeah, and the one with Ben Affleck where she's like, "You okay?"
Oh, I
You're on
haven't
the
watched
plane."
any of those. That's
Dude,
Ben Affleck. Cool guy, whatever, but that dude,
Here
Michael
was the thing,
Keaton's
though.
Batman for me. I can't get
Michael
past that.
Keaton, yeah, but there's the other dude, the English guy. What was his name again?
No idea.
English guy, English man.
Which one?
The one that they did the new Joker in it and everything else. You got a computer right there, man. You can look that shit up.
Yeah, but last time I was doing that, everything crashed.
Oh, that's
Christian
true.
Bale. There you
Christian
go.
Bale, thank you.
Yeah,
He
she
was
came through.
really good. Because although he get beat up and stuff, he was still wasting people. But then
I did see some
like
of the Christian
everything,
Bale
it became
ones. I didn't see all of
PC.
them.
I like,
thank you,
but that
cancel
was the
culture,
whole
you
thing. Is
fucking-
Christian Bale didn't really want to really kill anybody. Right? That was the whole thing with him and the Jokers. Like, he can't kill anybody. I got to be honest. That was when I watched Bane whip his ass. Tom Hardy as Bane, by the way, just phenomenal.
Not as good as yours.
I wanted to stop the show right there. You know that those actually have a setting on them where you can turn the vibration off so it doesn't shake
know.
everything. Go
Text
through the
her
audio
back
system.
and be like, "Oh, hi, new phone. Who dis?"
I know. So like this is an example of one phone that's on complete silent.
This
here's another phone on complete
this is
silent.
another one right
Then
here.
there's one down
This
there.
is- this is
so
one?
it turns out all of these phones do have that setting. If you want to,
Yep, you turn
Give
that
that a try.
vibration off.
Matt will actually show you how to do that. I know we've
No.
had our struggles
No,
in
I
the
won't.
past with some audio issues, but I think he's got it figured
I
out.
just
now.
discovered that the because my Gina decided to change her time and swore to me she'd be there at 3 o'clock. Just discovered that there's nobody to pick up my daughter.
Nice.
Isn't that amazing?
She headed that way.
No, she decided to go do something different. Apparently her mom's not well. Anyways, Batman. Yeah. Good times.
Yeah, Batman.
Is there nothing she won't fuck up?
Yeah.
Batman. Batman. Yeah, let's go with Batman.
Yeah. No doubt, man. Maybe the DC universe can sponsor us. Maybe just...
Nah, I don't think they're going to after we just badmouth every Batman but Michael Keaton.
He also made a great. What was it? Was it the Falcon he played, the bad guy in the Spider-Man movie?
You talking the Falcon from Saturday Night Live? That was one of my favorite Falcons. It was like the Falcon. What was his name on Saturday Night Live? The Falcon something. I can't remember what his name was, but he had the Falcon. It was. I'm not going to keep going because I can't remember the guy's name. You know what? I am going to look this one up. I'm looking this one up because I want to remember.
I think we need to go back to just saying where words came from by just deciding what they're made up. We're going to find two parts where you're like, this is where that word came from.
So since we decided
Will Forte is the Falconer. That one.
Oh yeah, that was really funny. Since we decided that DC Universe is never going to sponsor us, straight up question: who do you guys think would make a really good sponsor for the WUD podcast? Because we need one eventually.
I think some kind of contraception would be a great sponsor for us.
Gotcha.
Because we're definitely putting out the vibe of you want nothing to do with these guys.
And that might help Nathan's son, who quite obviously is sexually aware now.
He likes vegetables.
It's going to come along. It's going to come along just fine.
How you spelling that? C-O-M-E? No, I don't know. This is with Twitch being huge game, like gamer stuff.
Yeah.
When I was telling you about the Humble Bundle.
Oh, the rooms that are raising money.
Yeah.
Not to be confused with the Humble Bumble from Rudolph.
The Humble Bumble. Yeah. No, that's true. But he was humble.
Bumble's bounce.
Are weird.
Yeah. No, Humble Bundle. What you got? The WUD Podcast Etymology Edition. Oh my God. All right. Thanks for showing up, everybody. No, Humble Bundle. It's got bundles for like video, like for games, but they got like books. They've got audio. They've got software programs. So like they had bundles up for like video creators. Now I don't use it for this because whatever, but they got one now for it's a support Ukraine one. $40 or more is what you pay, but it's 123 items.
Damn.
And I think since I said that on our podcast, maybe Humble want to work with us.
So hold on, man. I gotta get this straight here, man.
There you go.
Yeah.
So you pay $40 and you get 123 games.
You can pay more. It's like you donate, and then they have pay what you want bundles. So you'll have one that'll be like for $1 you get like 2 games. For $5 or more you get like 9 games. Over like $14 you get like 12 games. And sometimes there's really good games in there, and they'll have them for Switch. They'll have them for different things like that.
Not just good games, a good cause.
Oh yeah, really a good cause. Well, and you can see what they're donating to when you donate to them. So, like in this one with the Support Ukraine one, it's I think everything that goes into it goes to the efforts in Ukraine.
Oh shit!
So like it's over like $7 or $8 million right now is what they brought in. That was last night.
Right.
But yeah, 123 items. So there's games, I think there's books, and there's software in that. 123 of them for $40.
That's not bad at all,
Yep.
man.
Yep. I
So you
also
have a
have an
PlayStation
addiction to that. I've not seen PlayStation games on there, but that doesn't mean they're not. But I wouldn't expect them to have
All
them.
caps, big underscore Mac 0244.
I like it. Plug it, man. That's good.
As far as sponsors go, we're all very different people, obviously. So
I think
Matt's
liquor,
a
too.
technology guy.
Okay.
Liquor is absolutely one that I would like to see
We're
us
at a
get
bar.
behind.
All
And
right,
it's
all right, actually.
and it's not
Makes
because I need them to bring in any money to the podcast sponsorship wise. I just want to stop paying for my own whiskey because I go through it at a pretty quick clip. So I know that there's some whiskeys out there sponsoring some other podcasts, and they're probably getting some bang for their buck on that. I'm not offering you that. I'm just offering you the joy of watching a man who truly enjoys drinking your product. So Sazerac, Brown Foreman, Heaven Hill, all of them out there, all of you wonderful, or they're the smaller ones, as well. Hit us up. Send us some free whiskey. We'll drink it, and we'll give you a little plug on the podcast. And if it doesn't make your heart feel happy to see me smile, I don't know what you're doing with your life anyways.
We're doing more than a little plug.
Yeah, let me go here.
I'm doing a full episode with you, baby.
What are these names that you're calling and assuming are whiskey?
Oh, gosh. Here comes the Scotsman.
Here comes the Scotsman. That's right.
All right. The switch.
See, there's nothing you see right now that would say, I'm a Scotsman. Whiskey is life. It's a water of life.
Whiskey, you're literally allergic to it.
No, I'm not.
You
I'm allergic to
you
beer.
get red and puffy.
I'm allergic to no hard liquor. All right.
Beer. I don't make whiskey. You lot make crap bourbon.
So don't get me wrong. I am, first off, as far as the whiskey world is concerned, thank you to the Scotch. Thank you to Scotland.
The Scotch.
The Scotch is a drink.
Stick with Scotch. No, call it Scotch.
That is Scotch whiskey.
I'm hurt.
That's where it comes from, is Scotland. Different, slightly different grain, slightly different process. You have Irish whiskeys, you have Japanese whiskeys, you have American whiskeys. I typically am a fan of the bourbons, the bourbon whiskeys.
The bourbon. Take that word whiskey out of it.
So whiskey just means a grain distilled spirit.
No. See, here's the way I look at it. It's like champagne. There is no champagne from anywhere else because champagne is a region. It's a region in France. You can't say, like Californian champagne. No. It's sparkling wine. That's what it is. It's sparkling wine. I like the taste of some bourbons, but it's bourbon.
It indeed is.
And that's it. No other words need to describe it.
I'll take that. But I love my bourbon whiskey.
I know you fucking dick.
I like my rye whiskeys too.
I will say you have very heavily committed to the bourbon side of things.
Matter of fact, as far as the other
respect
podcasts out there goes, Bourbon Junkies, you guys are awesome. Thank you for your content. Keep it up.
What's that podcast about?
It's about.
I'm aware. You don't have to finish that sentence. Not that stupid. I think we should be sponsored by Tampax because it looks like such a wonderful world. If you look at
bourbon, this is going to be great.
Well, if you look at Tampax commercials,
I'm like a Tampax for old bourbon. I soak it right up.
if you look at Tampax commercials, they just look so nice. I almost want to wear one. I can't.
You're not?
But no, I'm not.
Actually, you can.
I don't want to think
That's actually, back in the day, I had a real problem when I was did a lot of construction stuff. The hard hats. You'd wear the hard hat, and that where it sits on your head, it's like this plastic thing that would hold all your sweat until you took it off, and then it's just a river of sweat dumps down over you. So what you would do is you would take one, put that up in the lining of the hat, so that when you put it on, that was just soaking the sweat, pulling it up all day. I'd take the hard hat on and off and never had a problem with the sweat dumping down in my eyes.
Well, fuck.
You're welcome, America.
I didn't see that coming.
That's good. I've used one of the plugs for my nose before with a nosebleed.
Right?
It hurts like hell.
Nathan sweats a lot. His hat's like
once it fills
up,
it hurts. His hat gets like 3 inches taller.
I'm just saying, you watch these Tampax commercials and it's these super hot babes. Sorry, was that sexist?
I was
very attractive.
I was using pads, not tampons.
Right. But they also need to be
would also
at
be a
the
cushion,
beach.
Though. Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it would count.
What?
I don't know.
The beach?
Yeah.
I can tell you with the way I sweat, I had to use like the Gertrude rated pads.
You were a Tampax
like, oh yeah, I'm talking overnight with the wings and the whole shebang. It was this short of a Depends.
Oh, man. My daughter has a penchant for taking clean ones, by the way, like unused ones, and sticking them all over the walls in the house.
That's an important distinction.
That
to
really
make.
was, because I don't think that the used ones would last anyways. I get $2.
Hey, come on over to my house. No, thank you.
Yep, my dog shit cotton balls because they keep eating used fucking pads.
I remember getting so angry when my kids used crayon on the wall. Come over to your house. Okay.
Yeah. No, I've only But so we get Humble Bundle, which I'm not gonna lie is probably in the lead. Let's talk to them.
I see. I don't know if they actually do.
We
like,
have
sponsors,
Nathan's,
though.
which is hard liquor and
Again, I'm just looking for free booze.
therapy. And then we get
Whiskey.
Tampax. So,
Yeah, we're a mess.
Anybody else has a suggestion on who we should be using?
We're a mess.
And I guess you would definitely need Super Plus since you were a large beaver.
That's it. I was
So
a giant beaver.
A
sir.
giant beaver, yeah.
Oh, Humble Bundle does have a partner program.
It does.
That's what she said.
That's fantastic.
I just want to say, though, the liquor would be amazing. We are at a bar, right? I will have Nathan come over here one day a week, and we'll make a new video every week specifically for whoever our sponsor is from some bourbon company.
And if you're a feminine sanitary company, I also will make a commercial.
And I'm willing to record that. With Humble Bundle, I'll just play some video games and record it for you. However, on a serious note, what if we could get like an actual bar from around the area? Because this picture back here is cool and all. But if we could go to an actual bar that wanted to be our friend, we could take a shit ton of pictures of there, and we could put that up behind us.
Please understand, if you own a bar, we do, in fact, want to be your friend.
No.
100%.
Not just for pictures back here. And two of us will die if we drink too much alcohol.
Yeah, my liver, I was told by a doctor years ago, stop doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in true fashion, none of us listen.
That's also true.
I'm willing to do whatever I can for whatever bar would like to throw us some pictures. And
Doesn't have
like,
to be a
hey,
local bar. I mean, it doesn't be anywhere, right? We're on the interwebs, for Christ's sake. This should reach.
Yeah.
These three people are all in different countries that are watching right now.
It could even be a bar from Scotland, and you could send us some Scotch whiskey.
That would be the shit.
There we go. Something I agree with.
Dude.
Oban, single malt. Lovely.
It indeed.
Just-
There's some very nice smoky peaty scotches out there.
Really good.
Scotch.
Well, that's the thing, like,
Really good.
because it's fermented through the peat. Like, you can crack the bottle, and it just smells like home, like, different areas and stuff.
How do you feel about Glenfiddich? I know I told you the one time I had the 12 and the 15-year-old when I was in Germany.
Yeah, Glenfiddich's not bad, man.
So
Glenfiddich.
good.
It's not
Fick, Fitch, whatever, you bick.
cultural differences. No, Glenfiddich's not bad, man. It's a good first foot whiskey.
Fuck, so I wasn't having like first foot?
Okay, first foot. How to explain that? All right,
No, I know what you're saying. Like, that's a good entry. That's a
No,
gateway
that's not
drug.
what
That's your
first foot-
marijuana to cocaine.
No. That's not what first foot means. In Hogmanay, which you guys would call New Year's,
Lagavulin in 12 years?
Lagavulin is expensive, but it's a very good scotch.
Why don't you send your brother some money and have him ship some over here?
Well,
and then we will pretend like they sent it to us.
When we get 6 viewers on there and we start making money, I will send them some. But no, first footing is.
Hey, Will, if you'd like to sponsor the podcast, just send us some scotch.
So first foot is at Hogmanay at New Year's, and it's a good luck thing. So you would bring, it's the first person into your home, your home, and they would bring a drink, and they'd bring some coal.
Yeah.
Coal back home. Unlike when you get coal here, it's bad for kids at Christmas. Taking a piece of coal means
It's like saying, I would like to heat your home right now.
yes,
I am here for you.
May you prosper. Here is some booze, and when you pass out, heat yourself up.
Yeah.
So, but no, Glenfiddich is actually a good whiskey.
Yeah. No, it was tasty, dude. Like I said, it was 12-year and 15-year.
Yeah.
And, dude, I remember because I got in a fight with Russians after that.
Yeah, the Russians.
On the way up. No, those ones were cool, though. Like, it pisses me off so bad. Like, I think I told you that story.
Yeah.
Did I tell you
Yeah.
that story? I don't know if I should tell it for the podcast.
Well, here's the thing, man. Before we
Spoiler alert,
the last thing
they wound up all loving each other. Which I think if we would take the time as nations, as different diversity groups, as whatever, to just calm the fuck down, we would find out that we all could love each other and get along just like Matt and his Russian counterparts that night.
diversity.
Two drunk dudes.
Just is.
Diversity is
Two
an
drunk guys.
old wooden ship. And yeah.
Scott, That's a very Scottish thing to say, Will.
Yeah.
Fuck you, I'll buy it, but I'll drink it saying you're great, guys. I've seen him have a drink off with Mexico.
Dude, do you remember that purple blancmange he threw up on my kitchen floor? My dog ate it and was drunk for 3 days.
Yes.
That was terrible.
Drinking that, what was it, Rocky or Raki?
Well, they drank Raki, which is like a Greek spirit that should be banned everywhere because
it was essentially an engine degreaser from what I could tell.
They rub it on pregnant horses' stomachs so they don't stretch too much. They use it, I mean, it's to get so many different uses.
I would
One of them
think
should
could
not
induce
be drinking.
labor. The horse is like, that's too hot. Get me the fuck out of here.
Yeah, so it's a Greek thing, and obviously my mother being Greek. But it is powerful stuff. So him and my buddy Ed started drinking it at New Year's, and they decided to have a drink off after they started discussing
Greek moonshine.
Greek moonshine. So,
Well, American moonshine's kind of like putting lead in your pencil too.
oh,
It
dude,
knocks you out and
this
gives
was
you lead
terrible.
poisoning.
This was terrible. My brother passed out
But if you
on
age
the kitchen
it-
floor.
Bourbon.
If you remember, it wasn't really the Raki that did it. They ran out of Raki and beer and decided that the only thing I had left in my house was red wine, and they both hated red wine, so they put
Ugh.
Mountain Dew in it.
Oh God,
So
that's gross.
they're
That's
powering Mountain Dew and red wine, and my brother passed out, and he was laying like this in my kitchen floor and threw up inside his arm,
Yeah.
like not inside his arm, obviously, but
Oh yeah.
like that. And it was this purple gelatinous mass. It was about
Ugh.
4 inches thick, right? And we managed to get him upstairs, and we seen his D and his A, which was just horrendous. And then while we're taking him upstairs, with my mom on Messenger screaming at us that we killed my brother, the dog ate his gelatinous mass
Yeah.
and was fucked.
Which
up.
dog?
Lycos.
Lycos?
The dog that also ate 27 Xanax.
The one with the Greek name.
Yeah.
My favorite part of that night was prior to the vomiting and the passing out, where your brother and Ed just were trying to have a conversation about what's it like to drive on the other side of the road.
Yeah. Another side
And
of the car.
they were having the conversation like nose to nose, screaming. The volume was screaming, but it could not have been a nicer. Like there was no malice there. It was just they were both so hammered that they had no volume control left. They had no personal space bubble issues.
And they're both loud people anyways.
They might. I can't really say anything about that. I'm a ridiculously loud person. But had I been also that inebriated that night, we'd probably been in a triangle just.
The last time
But they were just screaming at the top of their lungs. But they were so nice about it. They were just being so. It was fantastic.
It was like my neighbors are from Thailand.
I go deaf and
And
drunk.
they're super, super nice people. But when they talk to each other, they'll just, it sounds like they're screaming, but then they'll hug. They're wonderful. But the only time you were ever that drunk was when you brought the Long Island iced teas and ended up telling me that my fence was being belligerent.
Well, in
was
fairness,
Nathan's way of
I
telling me
finished.
about that.
I
He
finished
fought
the
the
jug
fence.
of Long Island iced tea, and then I helped finish the fifth of Fireball.
Yeah.
That
was
yeah,
bad.
it was a rough night.
Talking about rough, and I need to put this out there. I've been asked to go over what this story kind of was.
Let's see. Yeah, we need to get this. I got to get heading here soon. So let's
Yeah, me too.
get this
apparently.
story out because I know we had a request for this.
So it was my first time. I have only, in all the years that I wrestled, I only ever missed 2 shows. One of them was through injury. The other one was because there was a chick there that I just didn't really want to deal with. So ultimately, there was a time in my short career at the start when I did a hell of a lot of steroids. That may surprise some people in the wrestling industry, but I did it. I was the one. There was nobody else. And dude, I was crazy.
We found the guy from
Yeah,
the early '90s that was trying steroids.
It was me.
We knew he was out there somewhere.
It was me. The only
Too bad
one.
they didn't stop him earlier. So many livers would have been saved.
Oh, dude, my liver's fucked. But anyways, nobody educated me on steroids or anything else. I just thought the more I take, the bigger I got. It ends up you get body dysmorphia. There's a whole bunch of bullshit goes with it that I highly, highly tell people just don't do it. Just don't. So anyways, one of the side effects I got, apart from like severe rage, was massive constipation. Like really bad constipation. And I hadn't shit for about 2.5 weeks, and I was feeling terrible. And then one day I woke up and it literally felt like the pressure in the inside of my beehole was like a fucking pickup truck. So I ran into the bathroom and I go to shit, and I'm there and and I end up, the pain's so bad I jump up and I open the bathroom and I go walking down the hall and like literally I'm about to give birth. And I'm like, okay, go do this. I go back inside and I'm trying to shit again, and I've got my hand in the toilet roll holder like that, and my foot in the dryer because my dryer was inside my bathroom. And I'm trying to push, and nothing. I strip off, dude. I'm sweating real bad. And I open the door to go walk the hall again, and my ex at the time, she's standing there. She was a drummer. She's standing there with a stick of butter and a fucking drumstick. And I'm like, what the fuck are you going to do with that? She's like, I'm here to help. I think she was going to butter that thing up and try and break it up. And I'm like, get the fuck away from me.
Could have helped you, man.
Could have helped you. I could have, I don't know. So I'm dying. I got to get this done. So I go walking back up the hall again. I come back. I sit in the toilet, and this time there's no stopping it. I must have done enough that I spread my hips or something. And this thing shot at me at like the speed of sound. And it's a boom. And I froze. Like, the pain was so bad, I fucking froze. I'm like, holy shit. And I'm shaking and I'm sweating. And this thing was about the size of a 20-ounce Red Bull can. And I'm fucking sitting there. And I'm like, okay, we're good. And I take a deep breath. And then, fa-boom, 2 more Red Bull cans come. And I pulled every fucking muscle in my back. I'm sitting there and I'm just like, the pain was unfucking believable. And,
so gross.
All could have been avoided with just a little bit of butter and a drumstick. Break that up.
She was there for you, too.
I know.
Yeah.
She was a really good person.
She was willing to do some pretty messed up shit to help you out, and you would have been fine.
I know. And I should have taken it, because if she broke it up, it wouldn't have led to the last part, which was me sitting on the bathroom floor because the toilet wouldn't flush. But I fucked up back in a plunger trying to get it unplugged. And it never worked. And then I had to...
That would have been her with that drumstick.
Yeah. So that one was for cornbread. He had asked me,
what's up, cornbread?
Hey, cornbread. And that was my first injury that kept me away from my very first show. So steroids are bad, okay? Don't do them, man.
If nothing else, this has been a great episode hanging out with Scottish Will.
It's no shit.
What's he saying now?
Hey, dude.
Remember when you picked me up from the airport with Ed and Heather, and after 3 sentences, all I have from Ed was, I can't understand what the fuck you're saying. Yeah, welcome to my world for the first 6 years, dickhead.
Still going.
Oh, people never understood me. Yeah, I know.
Still going.
Absolutely.
Hearing you on a radio? Fuck, I'm already deaf. I have no idea what you're saying anyway.
I actually regularly reference Will to explain to people that Rory doesn't actually have a Scottish accent anymore. This is a very American Scottish accent.
Now, here's the thing, man. I have enough accent that you guys hear it, and not enough accent that Scottish people make fun of me. So I'm kind of stuck in between both, which kind of sucks ass.
Well, what kills me is just having known you for years, the amount of people that don't know where the accent is from. They're like, are you Australian? Are you Canadian? Are you Hispanic?
Yeah.
Are you like, they just everything except
fucking Scottish.
Scottish.
Do you know the only people that know my accent, as weird as this sounds, the only people that know my accent every single time I go there, if I go down south, African American people are like, Scotland, and I don't know why, but they know the accent every time. But then I'm in the same place, and the white people don't know. That's the ones that give me the, are you from Australia? Because I say the word mate. You know what I mean? But obviously Australia got the word mate because we put all of our criminals there, so they're just using our word. It's a seafaring thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, no, I get everything, but it's fucking terrible. I think we get cancelled today.
No, I think we're fine.
Well, I think we get cancelled once for 2 minutes.
Just because I said something about Ford.
Something about Ford.
And
That's right. We were off.
It was either that or it was Vlad.
All right.
They do say.
You guys want to wrap this up?
Yeah, we're at that time of the hour.
Important to note.
Yeah, next week.
Next week we will not be live on Monday for the 3 of you watching. We next week we'll be hosting the Church of Wood on Sunday, so we're going to do it a day earlier for the live because Monday I got some training and won't be available. He'll be out of town.
Obviously, it's powerlifting training. Nathan is a beast.
Mm-hmm.
He's trying to set that world record. Go for it, buddy.
I do a lot of lifting.
You should see those calves.
Rock glasses.
Man.
I just do curls all the time.
Yeah, so Sunday we'll be doing it on Sunday. We're doing 2 Sunday as well? Or you guys want to do 1?
We can do 2.
We'll do 2. Yeah, we'll do 2 again on Sunday. As always, and by always I mean our last one, it'll be up on YouTube as well. So we'll have it on YouTube for future viewing as well as here on Twitch. You can go to us and find us there. Hopefully next week we'll have like a cool background from some cool bar and like extra bourbon bottles in front of us with the labels facing forward. And Rory,
just slinging them humble bundles.
Humble bundle free games out to people, supporting some charities
And
while Rory's
Rory
wearing his
will
Tampax.
have, he'll have feminine napkins in every orifice of his body.
I'm packing.
Yep, you don't know what's under that hat right now.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm sweating a lot. You guys can't tell because I've got
Right?
Super
I'm
Plus
telling you.
underneath my
For those of you that don't have hair, it works. It works really
Right.
well.
That's a good idea.
So, it's been fun. It's been great. Thank you, everybody, for coming by and hanging out with us for a little bit.
And we'll get this up to YouTube, later tonight?
I'm going to try later tonight, unless it does what it did last week and takes me 7 hours to get transferred, processed, and put on YouTube. And in that case, it'll be sometime in the next 24 hours.
So sometime in the next 24 hours, go check us out on YouTube. Send any of your friends over there, like, comment, and subscribe. Keep this thing going if you like it. If you don't worry about doing any of that. Just
And
fuck it.
right.
If you don't like it,
does not matter.
Don't hit dislike.
Yeah, don't hit dislike if you don't like us. Come on, man.
Yeah, no, leave a really nasty comment. Let us know exactly what terrible people we are and exactly how you feel about us.
And we'll
Tell
make fun
us.
of you on the next
So
one.
It's
we can-
the
yeah, we
dislike.
can
That's a
use it.
disingenuous way of going about it. If you don't like us, you fucking let us know. All right, thanks for
Also,
stopping by.
Yeah, WUDpodcast.com. Go to WUDpodcast.com. WUD podcast.com. It'll take you to a website that we worked collaboratively on.
Well, in fairness,
We
And,
did nothing. Matt
yeah,
has
they didn't do
really,
shit.
anything technology-wise, all we have done is sit and talk. Nathan and
shown
I,
up and bullshitted.
Everything
That's all
else.
we've done.
I mean, this guy changed his basement. He changed his flow of life. And ultimately is an unpaid tech.
I had to bring this and my bottle of whiskey from home.
I like it, though.
We
That's
get
good. That's good. But yeah, WUDpodcast.com. Take you to the website. We'll have more updates coming soon to that. Hopefully some merch, which I'm going to get a shirt together and possibly some cards for Rory. We'll see what we can get out of there. I got to see if my wife's cricket will do some cards.
Yeah,
I don't want to cut
and you
that
can
shit by
also
hand.
see me coming up here in about a week and a half in Dallas, Texas for WrestleCon. If you intend going there, please hit us up.
Hit us up. Thank you, everybody.
Thank
we
you,
love
Mark.
you.
Love.